Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show. Today is Friday, August 25th, 2023. Welcome to another eBay video. My main topic for today is how to handle a difficult buyer when they insist on a partial refund. This is very important because it seems to me that this trend is increasing on eBay. And I think you guys should learn how to handle this in case it happens to you, which it probably will. I also want to touch on item not received, item not as described, immediate payment, and cancellations, and anything else that just happens to come into my mind as we go along. So let's get started with this week in eBay. The week has been much slower than I'm used to. I guess that's because it's the end of the summer and people are away on vacation doing their thing. And I'm hoping that once Labor Day comes and goes, sales pick back up. As I said, it's been a lot slower, and most of the items that have been selling are my cheaper items. A lot of cheaper items have been selling. That being said, I want to jump right to the first topic, which is my main topic, which is handling a difficult buyer. Instead of using screenshots, I'm going to show you some snapshots off my phone to save time. But first I'll tell you what happened, give you the backstory so you understand. Recently I sold 2 alloy wheel center caps. They were used. Cosmetically, one was mint, the other one was average. Both of them had a clip on the back that was broken that had been repaired. As you know, I'm very careful to mention this in the listing. I said in the description, each cap has one broken clip that has been repaired, and I also took close-up pictures of the repaired clip. Normally, 99% of the time, I accept returns for 30 days. In this case, I distinctly wrote, because these items have been repaired, all sales will be final. Now, as you know, guys, that statement does not hold water on eBay. I just put that up there for the heck of it. There is no such thing as all sales final on eBay or even Amazon or any site that I know of, because a person can always lie like a rug and make a false item not as described claim. And that's what happened here. But I'll get to that as we go along with the story. So when the buyer got the item, he contacted me through eBay messages. And I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to show you what he said. He said, received both hubcaps. One installed wonderfully and is very secure. The second hubcap won't mount properly as one of the tabs is completely broken off and held on with what appears to be silicone cord. This particular hubcap I will return to you either for an exchange or a partial refund, as one of the hubcaps is fine. He's going to exchange it. He wants an exchange or a partial refund. That's not how it works. Let me stop right there before I read my response. This is a fact. All buyers who want to return an item may do so on eBay for any reason. And I don't care if you don't take returns. It's coming back. However, one important fact that eBay insists on, and I back them up on this, this is good, is the item must be returned in the exact condition it was sent out. If you send out a brand new blue sweater, new with tags, and they return a blue sweater with the tags cut off, well, that's wrong. That's not the way it was sent out. If something was sent out new in package, it's got to come back new in package. if you send out 6 items and they only want to return 4 items? No, that's against the rules. Now, as an eBay seller, you can agree to that. You can say, hey, all right, send me back the 4, I'll give you a partial refund. Oh, for the love of God, please don't do it. Please don't do it. Most of you people are smart enough, you know what's up. But there are some people that still give partial refunds, and you know who you are. And I vex you. I vex you when you give a partial refund. That's not the way it should be. So this customer here is very happy with one of my items, and the other one he's not happy with. Well, these were sold as a pair. All right? I don't do exchanges for any reason, and I don't do partial refunds. However, even though I had in the listing that this was all sales final and no refunds, here's what I wrote as my first response. No exchanges and no partial refund. However, if you send them both back in the same condition you got them, I'll be more than happy to give you a full refund. Okay? Within seconds, he wrote to me and he says, not acceptable. One is perfectly good and installed on my car. I will be more than happy to send the broken one back to you, as it's not good for anything. Frankly, you should never have sold that item in the first place. I wrote back to him and I said, nothing like losing my place. Okay, I wrote back to him and I said, well, we're not going to be doing business. The listing clearly stated each had a repaired clip. So go back and read it before you contact me again. If you want to send both back for a refund, I'll be more than happy to give it to you. I do not do partial refunds. What happened is then the buyer apparently went back, looked at the listing, and saw I was telling the truth, that I had described them accurately. Within a minute, 2 minutes tops, here is the false item not as described claim coming in. And what does he do? You know, if they want to lie about it, they're going to lie about it. I can accept that, all right? But I'll never understand why these people will write a 3-paragraph dossier, then take pictures, the exact same pictures that I've just uploaded. They'll take the same pictures and upload it with the item not as described case. For instance, this guy added 4 pictures of the repaired clip. There was never any dispute that the clips were repaired. It says so in the listing. But this guy is a Mamaluke. Now, some of you are probably saying, Joe, why did you insist on the full return and not do the partial refund? At least you'd have half the money. Wrong. That's not the way it works. I'm a man of principle. This guy wanted to be Slick Willie and keep the one item that was looking mint and return the average one to me. All right? That's not how it works. As long as I get them back in the same condition they went out, I'm 100% sure that I can recoup my entire money. As long as he doesn't break them, and I'll be honest with you, I'm a little concerned that the guy's going to be a dick and maybe break one or maybe break both. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Now let's talk about the shipping. Because he filed a false item not as described claim, I have to pay the shipping coming back to me. Okay, but as a top-rated seller, when I get the item back, I have the option, and many of you do too, of using the deduction tool and deducting up to 50% of the original price. And I can guarantee you, when I get those items back, either later today or tomorrow, I swear, I give you my word, And I might even make a video about it. I give you my word that I'm deducting shipping original and back to me. And in the description field, I'm going to write. It clearly said in the listing that each one had a broken and repaired clip, and this buyer did not read the listing correctly and misused the returns process. For those who are wondering what his feedback was, 2. Feedback of 2. There's also a small contingent of you guys out there that are scared to death about buyer revenge. Meaning, if you did exactly what I'm doing, you're afraid that the buyer will neg you. And quite frankly, I can understand you being afraid of getting the neg. Because buyers are neg crazy, like that clown I showed you last week, who left so many negative and neutral feedbacks. eBay needs to do something about this, but I don't think they ever will. But you can't be scared of negative feedback. If you do receive one, hold on a second, I got a call. You have nothing to fear but fear itself. Please don't ever be scared of getting negative feedback. Oh, it's going to happen. Don't worry about that. But when it happens and you've done nothing wrong, as in this case, contact eBay. You can't call them, but you can request a call back from them, and hopefully the matter will get resolved. I am a person of principle. Some things are very important to me, and one of them, as you know, guys, is my word. When I give my word about something, I am absolutely fastidious about it. If I say I'm sending something out next day, it's going out next day. All right? That's the way I am. And one of my many fallacies is I kind of expect other people to be the same way. And when they're not, I react harshly. So yeah, let's move on to another topic, and let's make it immediate payment with best offers. I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is this week I've continued to receive a lot more best offers in which I was promised immediate payment. Well, how's that for perfect timing? You'll never guess who that was on the phone. That was eBay. And they're scheduling one of my consultations for next week. But I'll talk more about that in a future video. But anyway, to get back on topic of what I was talking about, I was telling you about the immediate payment. And I got quite a few offers this week where eBay said if I accepted the offer, I would be paid immediately. Now, I don't quite understand what's going on because immediate means right away. So if I accept an offer, let's say at 12 noon, I would think that by 12:02 I should have the money, right? But let me tell you a few things that happened during the week. And I talked about this last week, and you have to forgive me. I'm a little dense in the head. I don't get how this is happening. I'm having people send me these offers where immediate payment is guaranteed. I accept the offer, and then a few minutes later, instead of the money rolling in, the cancellations roll in. Give you an example of what happened yesterday. A guy sent me a reasonable offer of something, and I accepted it, and I was told I'd be paid right away. A few minutes go by, no money comes in, but a cancellation comes in. All right? And eBay gives me the option, do you want to accept it or not? And quite frankly, I was pissed off. I'm not going to lie. And I wasn't around. I was somewhere else. So I decided I was going to do nothing. About an hour goes by, and the buyer contacts me. This really threw me for a shocker. The buyer contacts me and says, Joe, I just purchased your item number 12345, and it's the wrong item. But you do have the right the right item that I want, number 56789. If you would go ahead and cancel this transaction, I will buy your other item. Now, to me, that's a reasonable request. I have no problem with it, and it rarely ever happens to me. So, right then and there, on mobile, I canceled the transaction, relisted it, and then the buyer, maybe around half an hour later, did buy the other item. So everything was fine. What concerns me, how did eBay know not to send me the money after I accepted the man's reasonable offer and was promised immediate payment? What is running interference? I'm not getting this, all right? Truthfully, I don't think it should even happen. I think immediate payment should mean we get paid immediately, but this is not the first time this has happened with these cancellations. Sometimes it takes more than a few minutes for them to cancel, and I still haven't seen any money. Now, another story which happened to a good friend of mine who also sells on eBay Motors. He accepted a best offer 2 days ago, and he was promised immediate payment. You know how long it took him to get paid? Yell out your answers while I take a drink of soda. Okay, I know. I can't fool you guys anymore. You guys are too freaking smart. The answer is never. He still has not been paid. The guy didn't try and cancel or anything. He just never paid. How is it possible to be promised immediate payment and not get paid at all? It's been theorized that people are registering phony credit cards or credit cards with a very small balance. I cannot affirm or deny that, but I can say I've heard this before, this theory. And it does sound plausible, but this is something we need to get a rein on before it gets out of hand, all right? So yeah, as I said, sales this week were slower than usual, mainly cheap items, and I think we're going to have another slow week next week because of the Labor Day weekend coming up. And by the way, if you want to know why I'm inside, does anybody want to guess? It's cloudy and raining outside. This summer goes down as one of the cloudiest, rainiest summers ever. Not one of the hottest. I can't complain and say it was unbelievably hot like Texas and California had. No way. Not even close. Some days we didn't get out of the 70s. But I'm telling you, it rained at some point almost every single day, even if it was just for 5 minutes. Unbelievable. Now, do I have anything else to discuss before I let you guys go? I had several people write to me this week with ridiculous questions, just over the top questions. One guy wrote to me about 2 Chevy hubcaps I have listed, and he said, "What condition are these in?" Now, as you know, I have the condition clearly listed, impeccably described, and my first gut feeling was to block him, but I said, nah, I'll just ignore him. So the next day, he comes right back again. Before I buy these items, what condition are they in? So I took a look on eBay to see who else had them, and Cute Joey, was the cheapest of everybody. I found another seller who had them, who was asking almost double what I was. So I sent a link to the other seller, to this particular crazy buyer, and I said to him something like, "I found some that are in better condition than the ones I have, so buy them from the other seller. I only request that you ask him what condition they're in." I sent him the link, and I blocked him, and I never heard back. Guys, there are some things in life that give me perverse pleasure, and that is one of them. Because I've been selling on eBay for 24 years. I have a sixth sense when someone's going to be trouble. All right? You can tell by their questions, by the tempo of their questions. If somebody starts off by saying something negative, like, these items aren't worth $50. The most they're worth is $30. Would you be willing to take 30? Right away, they're starting off in a negative connotation. As opposed to a person saying, gosh, I really like these items, and I'm sure you can probably get $50 if you wait. I'm a little short on cash right now. Do you think there's any way you would consider taking $30? It's all about the attitude. And one thing I will never do is I will never accept 50% or less than my asking price. So if my price is $100 and somebody's offering me $20, $30, $40, even $50, no sale will be consummated. I've been getting a lot of people offering me 20% of my asking price. And that's just not going to happen. I'm Crazy New York Driver. You're not. Thank you for watching this video. Comment your questions, concerns, whatever below. Rock on and peace.